Hey, what's going on? I'm making this pasta. First step is to caramelize onions, so I'm gonna cut up this onion, this one yellow onion. I'm gonna cut up this one yellow onion. There's I need onions for stuff later too. So the first part is gonna be like sliced, and then the next part is gonna be I'm gonna cube the next half of the onion. I like dice it. The water's boiling right now to make the pasta. I've heard it's really important that when you caramelize your onions, you try to keep them all pretty close to the same thickness so that you don't like burn it. I also heard it takes a really long time. Cutting these nice and thin, so they're not thick, so they're nice and thin. There's you get some of the round bits from the inside of the onion. I'm just not going to use those. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just not going to use those. They just seem kind of they seem sort of like out of my league, you know. Seems like there's only so many things that one guy can handle. And I know they reduce a lot. I know they get real thin. So I'm gonna cut the other quarter of the onion. No, eyes are not sensitive yet. No problems with the onion. That might be too thin. This is like translucent, which is cool as hell. But I don't know if that's too thin. I worry those are gonna burn. But you know, I'll eat burnt onions. I don't really care. Yeah, because if I mess up, if I burn it, I'll still eat it. Like it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm pretty hungry, so I'm just gonna eat it anyways. Now I got the pan and the butter. I know you need to use a pretty decent bit of butter to get onions to caramelize. I don't know if you need to cook them on high heat or low heat. I'm gonna use this thing to get the butter all over the pan, and I've got my onions off to stage left, I think. I don't know. I never learned what stage left and stage right is. I don't know why it's different from right and left, and I don't know if it means like the left side of the stage that the audience sees, or like the left side from the perspective of the stage. Because why wouldn't you just say right and left? It just doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? And then the onions are going in. The onions are going in. I feel like they're supposed to sizzle when they went in, but it's alright. Hella, with lots of onions, tons of onions. Some of these are really, really thin. Some of these are not quite thin enough, and that's not ideal, but it's alright. I'm gonna I'm gonna, make do. They smell good because onions smell good when you cook them. Boom, onions, and boom, the water's starting to, I think, boil. I don't know if that's quite boiling because all the steam's coming off it, but I don't think it's actually boiling. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting on that to get going. And in the meantime, we're going to dice some garlic. We're going to crush up some garlic. Now we're cutting up the garlic into these tiny little slices. And then we're going to chop it up more finely, sort of like a dicing thing. Just trying to get it, little crushed up and stuff for when it eventually goes in the pan. But you don't want to slice it super thin. You know that movie where they say in prison they'd slice the garlic with razor blades? You can't do that in real life because it'll burn the garlic. If you slice your garlic too thin, you'll just burn it. Which is why I'm trying to, sort of go for more of a crushing thing. Just heard what's kind of popular. Supposed to crush it, I guess. You go like that, go something like that, and the onions are burning. So we'll finish the garlic in a second. It's spaghetti time. The water's hot. The onions are caramelizing. We're using this much spaghetti. I don't think I'm gonna break it. I'm just gonna drop it in the pot. Pot is bigger than the spaghetti, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put it in there and hope stuff works out. Man, I hope today's the New York City mayoral election. Hope Zoran wins. He seems cool, and Andrew Cuomo is like a freak. And we've also got the garlic. The garlic got all crushed up, got diced and minced and such. And now we're waiting on the onions. The onions are looking all right. And so the next thing is going to be using the seasonings behind on which the phone is propped up. So we're going to use a little bit of, even though we have the fresh garlic, we're going to use some garlic powder, we're going to use some cayenne pepper, we're going to use some black pepper, and we're going to use some salt. We're supposed to use Italian seasoning, but I don't really know what it does. I don't know what's in there, so I'm not going to do that. So the onions are caramelizing. I don't know at all how to caramelize onions, so maybe they're just cooking, but I don't know, they smell pretty good, so hopefully it tastes pretty good. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know if we're pretty small, but gonna try grating some pepper. I already have the garlic cut up here. You can't see it. Garlic's cut up. We're just gonna get all of our seasonings that go in at once, all together. It's gonna be some garlic. It's gonna be some salt. I should have salted the pasta water, but you live and you learn. And we got some paprika. Probably want a good bit of this. That's all gonna go in there with. I need some garlic powder, which is kind of gonna take a little bit of force to not produce, but to prepare. Because these blocks are kind of these garlic powders on the older side. So the hope is that this is all nice and flavorful. I definitely didn't cook enough onions. I'm just very confident in that fact that I did not cook enough onions or grate enough pepper just now. But I think it'll be alright. Onions are... So I had to separate the thick ones from the thin ones so that the thick ones could keep cooking down. But I mean, this doesn't look terrible. It's a big pan. It's, yeah, onions are cooking. I think I'm gonna turn. Heat's already low on the onions. I'll just gather them all up, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to keep it moving because I don't think these are really caramelizing exactly. But, you know, we've got our we got our mound of onions. We've got our pasta, which looks pretty damn cooked, so I'm actually going to kill the heat on that. So I should figure out when pasta's cooked. And then we're going to add our garlic and our seasonings to these onions. See what goes down. Sort of looks a lot gooier than the original recipe. I think I definitely didn't cook these right or use enough onions. But, you know, we're going to check on the spaghetti. I don't really know how to check spaghetti, honestly. I don't know how to know if it's done. It's hot. Kind of feels hard still. We're going to leave the spaghetti in the water for another couple minutes. Now I'm doubting if I crush this garlic up, you know, finely enough. Could probably add some more garlic. I could probably add some more crushed garlic. I got the thing for crushing garlic. I'll do that. So, got some more going on in the pan. Trying to keep these onions from burning while the other stuff cooks up a little bit. So right now we've got pat of butter in there, working with the this is the real star. Working with the onion and the garlic and the aforementioned seasonings. And so I think the next step is supposed to be that I add. I think I'm supposed to add some kind of cream. I'm supposed to add some kind of cream and see where that takes me. So that's what we're going to do. Actual next step is to add a little bit of soy sauce. I'm going to crack this bad boy open. Just add a little, like a splash of this. Boop, 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 boop. I think that'll be fine. Should make it a little saucier. Getting a kind of a lively reaction from the onions. And then I think the cream will make it a lot saucier. I think the cream will make it a lot, you know, we'll do a little more for it. And I think this should help. You know, I didn't add a ton of salt in the first place, so I think this should help with that. Here's one of our later kind of big steps, adding some cream to this thing, hoping it'll get, hoping it'll thicken up. I'll probably add some more temperature under the pan. Hoping that'll thick up, and then not too thick. And then next, we're going to grate some Parmesan. So that'll be next. Pasta's basically ready. We're getting after one of our last big steps here. Just going to be using grating some fresh Parmesan. Had this out of the fridge a little bit ago. Should be fine. Yeah, just going to see what this really involves. Going to try and grate a ton of it because, you know, this is going to save the richness, the creaminess especially, of the dish. And, yeah, this is the thing that is going to make it extra good. Might have to add a little more cream, just because I didn't add enough cream the first time. should have stopped recording. We're gonna add a little more cream, a little bit more cream, a little bit more cream. A little bit more cream has been added. The pasta is ready. The sauce smells great. It's really barely a sauce. It's kind of thick and heavy to be a sauce. So we're gonna add more cream probably. Get it thinned out a little bit. Get it kind of runny. But it's epic. And now it's go time. Gonna plate some pasta. Drop some pasta on the plate. Drop some pasta on the plate. It's like 2 servings of pasta in there. We're gonna heap on a little bit of our onion sludge. Looks pretty yummy, smells pretty great. We're actually gonna go for all of it. I don't think there's enough in there for 2 separate servings. I think it's like 1.5, so we're just gonna get a fully sauced out one serving, a lot of sauce in this 1 serving. Let's see if we can scrape this clean. Yeah. I'm excited. I might, I mean, man, doesn't look great. But I want to, let's try and combine it a little bit more. You know, I think if I had learned how to caramelize onions before I started this, instead of just going headlong into it, probably would have gone better. Probably if I if I know how to make spaghetti, which I still don't really know, that probably would have been smart. If I had included Italian seasoning, that might have made it better. We don't know. Hey, we don't know about the flavor yet, though. We're just looking at, we're doing a texture overview, and it's not quite, it's not voluminous enough. There's not enough liquid in there. So probably needed some more cream. Next time we're going to go for coconut milk. We'll make sure we have coconut cream. We'll see. We'll dunk actually the pasta back into the pan and try and get up as much of that as we can. I've heard people do that on like Food Network. So, you know, not super ceremonious or anything, but this is our, I'm gonna try and like you know, present it a little better. This is the garlic pasta that I'm gonna eat for dinner, and I'm gonna sit right here and I'm gonna eat it. If it's not that good, I'll fry an egg and put it on top of it, and that's the food.